Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Within the Mind podcast. I'm your host, Johnny. I'm here with my guest, Kaiser.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. It's a pleasure to actually have you here. Our topic here is ghost. You know what ghosts are, right?
Yes, I know exactly what ghosts are.
Do you believe in them?
No, not anymore. Unfortunately.
No.
Well, there's a part of me that does, but then there's also a part of me that doesn't, if you know what I mean. Like, I hope that they exist because it's fun to think about, but
So you think it's like all strings?
what do you mean?
Do you think it's strings attached in those videos?
Oh, like in ghost videos?
Yeah, in videos in general. Yeah.
Um,
Or
well, I don't know, because there are some that are very interesting. Like, there's this one I was watching where I forgot the name of it, but it was like it's on like most top 10 ghost video lists now at this point. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But it's like there's a guy was walking to his room saying that there's this black shadow following him all the time, and you see it, and it's under the curtain in his room. And then when he walks in, it like goes under his bed, and he freaks out. And it looks real. It could be
is
staged.
it the little house?
I'm not sure. He lives in a house. He has a 2-story house, so I don't know if it's little. But yeah, it's like very interesting. So I never know what to expect from those because there are the ones that are obviously fake. Like if you watch the YouTube channel Scary Videos, most of theirs are fake, obviously.
Yeah.
But you never know when there's going to be those real spooky encounters out there.
I know what you're talking about that ghost video. The guy is a Shadow Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I go way back with those ghost stories, with those ghost videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Because YouTube was invented in 2005, right?
Yeah.
God, I'm old.
I'm older than you.
20. No, why am I saying 20? 2007, 2008. There's this. It's one of the OG videos. It's this guy. He's not in any of his videos, but he records his kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, damn, that's that ghost is like, it's a devil and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's flinging shit around, and you don't see any strings. And I'm like, there's stuff popping out of the cabinets, like the drawers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you fake that?
Well, and that's the thing. There's always ways that you can fake stuff like that, but it's harder to do nowadays when people use like special effects because those are obvious. But when it's done,
this is like 2007.
you got to remember we also made Aliens in 2000, or in the 1980s, and we also made Jurassic Park in the 1990s, and people thought, well, those look really real when they made the animatronics. So you never know what really is real and what isn't at this point.
Oh, for any of y'all listening to this, I'm kind of 50-50. I could tell which ones are fake and stuff, but there's some that are like, they could be fake, but it tricks you into like, I don't know.
There's ones that even I'm not sure about because there's those ones that are from the guy that's from some foreign country. I don't know which one. I don't want to assume because I will get in trouble. But like he's recording and he's doing the prayers in their language and he's walking around these empty houses and doors are like slamming in their faces and like right behind them. And then he goes and checks it out and he doesn't see anybody. And then there's this one where he was in a house with a mirror. And in the mirror behind him, you can see someone, but when he quickly turns around, there's nobody there. You could always just say, yeah, those are faked. But those are really well done fakes to the point where they had to stage it out days in advance to figure out, hey, this is where you're gonna hide when I'm coming around the corner, so there's no way I can see you. This is how you're gonna pull the door. This is how you're gonna slam it, so you don't hit me or like whoever I'm with or whatever. You know?
Well, there's sometimes where he's by himself.
Yeah. So you know which ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about those?
Well, I remember. I think he is the same guy, and he had like one of a guest with him. And I think it was a hotel they checked out, and we called them witches, but in their country, is it country or what would I call it?
Culture, maybe.
Yeah. They called them jinns. But many people are freaking out. Oh, Witcher. Not sponsored. And they're looking for her. And one of them, he's recording, and then the other guy, they're both separate. They go their own ways to record their own thing. One's live, and one's on Snapchat. Well, the guy on Snapchat, he captures the jinn in a corner.
Yeah.
And when he runs towards her, she runs away. And once he gets there, she's nowhere. And be like, oh, it's a fucking portal and stuff. But there's also where the guy on Facebook catches her. He runs, and there's a guy who's around the corner, his partner.
Yeah.
And there's one, I think it was the Facebook guy. He flips his camera, and it's facing him, and then she's right behind him. So I'm like, how do you fix that?
Well, I would say, like, I don't think people just use strings anymore. Like, with the new digital age, there's a lot of new ways of faking stuff. Green screen, maybe overlaying some footage of, stuff getting thrown out and then getting rid of the strings, You never know exactly what's going on anymore.
I don't know if it's the same person, but there's another video, and there's this container. And when he kicks it, it doesn't move. It doesn't even budge or skip. But when he turns around, it starts floating and then drags it.
What do you mean? Like drags it?
Oh, the container is so heavy that even when he kicks it, it doesn't move. And the wind's not hard. The wind's not hard because you could easily hear it on the phone.
Yeah.
It's not hard. But out of nowhere, that container moves by itself while he records.
Like, is he facing it when it happens, or is he turned around?
He's facing it. Well, there's one time where it falls over when it's behind him.
Yeah.
But he turns quickly to the point where if anybody pushed it, if he could, usually our strongest body is our legs, right?
Yeah.
If he can't kick it down, then how did it tumble?
So I would say maybe he has some way that he did it. If the camera, for that fraction of a second, the camera's not facing the object we're looking at, anything could happen. There could be an actual ghost. He could have pulled it over really quickly himself and then moved his arm out of frame. Someone else could have done it that's with him.
No, he was going to check in a door because in their videos they kick the door. He's going like, okay, I'm praying, kick the door, and stuff, and then he turns around and it falls over, and then when he walks towards it, it drags in front of him.
I haven't seen that one, so I will wait to make my opinion until I see it because that one actually sounds interesting. Well, here I have a question for you.
No, hit it.
Why are videos like this so popular? Why do normal people, kids, because I'm pretty sure we were kids when we started watching these. Why do kids...
I was 8, yeah.
Why do kids, teenagers, and normal people alike decide to go watch paranormal videos and ghost videos? What is the fascination, in your opinion, to them? I got it from my dad.
My dad, he was a big fan of X-Files.
Hmm.
And then there's this one time I got everybody knows this. It's the maze game. Have you watched that video?
The maze. Oh, like the scary maze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it when I was younger.
Yeah, I played it, and I was like, oh man, okay, I want to see people's reactions, and that's how I got into the ghost videos. I saw people's reactions, and the suggestive tab at the side where YouTube usually does it. It says top 5 ghosts or top 10, top 15 and stuff. It's always that 5 and 10 number.
Yeah.
And I clicked on one. And I'm like, whoa. Like Keanu Reeves.
Whoa.
Whoa. And
so what drew you to them? What got you interested? Like what part of those videos made you want to watch them? Because most people would try to avoid anything that scares them. At least the people I know won't, but most people would. What draws people to watch videos like that?
oh, you got to. There's kids who interact with them. They say some of them are nice. Most of them are evil, like Poltergeist. They're here.
Yep. I mean,
but for me, I don't know what my mind was like. As I said, Keanu Reeves. Wow.
So you were like amazed by what was going on in the video. That's what got you intrigued. Okay. I mean,
I was like, oh,
because like,
yeah, you go.
Because I mean, I've watched them since I was like 9. As soon as I got internet, I mean, I got it from my mom. She even gets scared of me sometimes because I've exceeded her like scale of horror. Like I watch a lot scarier stuff than she does now, and I'm into blood and gore and stuff like that, slasher films, and I don't know where in my opinion the fascination just comes like the unknown kind of thing. Like
that's where I got it from.
Like you don't know if these are real, so obviously it creates a fascination for them, which obviously creates a demand, and then people start making videos about them.
No. Jason got me into it.
Jason,
because you know how his mom is a ghost.
Right? Technically, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, good boy, Jason." I'm like, "Wow, ghosts are nice."
You think his mom is nice?
I later figure out there's a number one. Because Friday the 13th is more famous for him, but the first one was about her.
Yeah, she was the killer. Spoilers.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Ghost videos in general. I mean, people could say my content's technically like a ghost video, if you think about it. It doesn't have like the footage of the ghost in it, but it has the same purpose to entertain, I guess you could say.
When he died, yeah, I got into the ghost videos because of the Jason's mom, and then it got to the scary maze, and then throughout the years when Michael Jackson died, there's a video out there. I think it was like maybe 3 months afterwards. There's a new news of like, oh yeah, they went to Michael Jackson's house and you could see him in the corner moonwalking. I'm like,
oh yeah, when they reflection? Were like, when they could see them walking down the hall or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those videos.
Wow. But that was the first video, the one I talked about earlier with the guy's house and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what drew me to be like, oh, he's faking it is there's one time where he recorded it. He didn't record himself, but he recorded around him. And out of nowhere, he goes into the kitchen. The drawers open. And this is like me trying to remember it. And then he goes out, comes back, and all the chairs are folded on top of the table. Like, all the chairs.
Mm.
And I'm like, I don't think so, Chief.
I mean, I'm trying to remember what were the first ones I've seen. I think the first one I saw. Did you ever see the one where it's like a pantry door, and it's nighttime, and they're recording it, and then they see like a little girl's hands, like pressing up against the other side? I think those were the first couple ones I ever saw.
And then they open it, and it's so small.
Yeah, and nobody's in there. And then apparently someone debunked it years later of how they did it. But even then, before I found out how they debunked it, it was still very interesting to figure out.
Do you remember how they did it?
It was some sort of like hole, like the bottom of the pantry. It was like hollowed out, like she was laying down flat, or like to the point where she's like hunched up and like flat, and putting her hands on it. And as soon as like they're about to open the door, you see she pulls back. She goes back into that little space under it that they dug out, closes it really quickly, and then they open the door and she's not there. That's what someone said how they did it. I'm not sure if that's exactly how they did it.
But it's so small, and the amount of times they had to just walk, open, and record everywhere, she couldn't have closed it in time.
Who knows? They, like I said, they could have practiced it for days. For entertainment purposes.
Wow. Dang, I haven't seen that one. The debunked one.
I don't know if it was for that video. I think it, because back in the day, like I was always trying to look up stuff, and then there'd be debunks, and there's always a debunk out there of these things. But I think that's what it was. I think that's what it said, but I'm not quite sure. It's been a couple years. Almost 20 years at this point.
Nowadays, in these ghost videos, I want to say they're Muslim. But we'll just go with, what should we call them? I don't want to call them they. Those guys.
That's what they are.
They're
other people. They're other people.
No. There's those. There's the guy's house that you mentioned with his buddy. There's one in, I think it was Texas A&M. Have you seen that video?
No.
This guy, he's in his dorm by himself. I don't know if he has a roommate.
Yeah.
But he just sits there and he hears something. And he just takes out his phone. It's really crappy quality. And I'm like, dude, it's like 2017, 2018. And you still have a shitty phone. And he hears stuff. He's like, oh, shit. He turns the corner. And there's a bed that's against the wall.
Yeah.
And it just floats in the air. And then once he walks in there, you could see parts of the roof, and there's no pulley. Like, it literally lifts up like someone lifted it up and then threw it. And then everything shuffles, and there's rattling on the closet. He ends up running out of the dorm.
Okay. I haven't seen that one. That one I have to see. Send me a link after this, because I kind of want to see that. But out of all the ghost videos that are all on YouTube, all over the internet, how much percentage would you say that you think are real? That you think are 100% real or 90% real? How many of those videos on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, how many of those do you think are actually real?
Well, there's Snapchat, there's a famous app called TikTok. There's some of them.
What percentage?
I don't know.
Like 10, 25, 15?
Well, that's the thing. On YouTube videos, you could easily fake it.
But I mean, YouTube is just a search engine. People upload videos there. They can upload it on Facebook and Instagram. You don't necessarily, just because they're on YouTube, they can be faked. I could fake a ghost video right now, and people could eat it up and have the same conversation we're having, that, oh, is it real or is it not? Remember when we used to work at a certain place? We were gonna fake a ghost video just for fun. And
you're right.
We were gonna do it for like our short film, and then we already planned out the whole thing of how we were gonna do it.
Man, you're bringing back so many memories, man.
So it's
I remember that. We had
obviously maybe shit like that happens with other people. They're like, you know what, we can do it this way, we can do it that way. And I feel like at this point it's all for entertainment, because personally I've never ever had a ghost experience or a supernatural experience. I don't know about you, but I've personally never had a supernatural experience.
I had a couple of experience. It's like, okay, I gotta say 10 or 11. There was a big pot on my counter. And I'm here in my room. And Mom was taking care of us. And she decided to go to the store. And I hear patonk. And the big pot that was on my counter is now on my floor. And I look around, and I'm just by myself. No one around. No one's in the restroom. No one's in my living room. And it's just right there spinning. My aunt comes in and is like, she comes in, she drops the stuff, and is like, what you do? I'm like, I didn't do nothing, it fell. I thought you were in the house, but she, of course, she just barely came in. That's one of them. And then the other one was the bottles of shampoo falling from my bathroom. But those are the two incidents that were years ago, but now it's gone.
Well, I've never had one. Not even smaller ones like that. I've never had any. Maybe that's where my speculation comes from. Maybe that's why I'm so interested in figuring it out, like these ghost videos, figuring it out if they're real. Because I've never had my own experience, and maybe I get my own entertainment from other people's. Maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of TikTok earlier.
Oh God.
Not talking about there's this one video of this chick. She ends up getting on her counter and dancing. She's like maybe 13 or 14.
Okay.
And in the background you could see a little kid walking from wall to wall. And I think what the guy said on the video was like, in the description she put, I'm home alone. Like what she puts, like, she's dancing, and then in the comments it's like, did you see what was behind you? And she texts them back and forth. It's like, I'm home alone. I made this video just for fun. And oh my God.
I think I heard of another one that was on TikTok. It was this girl putting on like makeup, or like doing a makeup tutorial or something. And then her closet door like opens like crazy and then slams. And then the lights go out. Something like that. I don't remember it exactly. But it's like, with the more technology we do have nowadays, that if these things actually do happen, if these things are real, we are more likely to catch them on tape. We are more likely to get more videos, more ghost videos for our entertainment.
Yeah. There's this one video where this chick, I don't know what's the deal with ghosts and chicks, but she's recording her house, and out of nowhere she sees something on the balcony, and it's a person just standing there. And when she goes upstairs, it's nowhere. But what do you think of live stream?
Like live stream, like what? Like paranormal activity?
Let's say you're video gaming, and out of nowhere you hear something behind you.
Mm.
But you're home alone. It's like you live by yourself and you hear something.
Well, in
Like,
those instances, I would more likely attribute it to an intruder or somebody I know coming home if I'm home alone, rather than a ghost, in my opinion. I
well,
like and like,
let's say,
huh? Go ahead.
let's say, what's a famous Twitch streamer? Let's go with former Twitch streamer Ninja.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard one of his ghost stories?
No.
Okay. He has, since he's rich, he has a basement where he plays video games.
He plays in his basement.
And yeah, he plays in his basement. And then he has his room, which is upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
He has a 2-story house and he plays in the basement. So he goes up in his room, which is on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
His wife is at work or she's doing something. And out of nowhere, his audio like radios start playing music.
Mm.
So he goes downstairs and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, what do you think?"
I couldn't tell you because there's people who say that their technology just randomly turns on, and there could be electrical explanations for that, but there could never really be an explanation unless an expert looks at it. So again, I don't know. I don't know what could be considered a paranormal experience, and
Yeah, because you never experienced it.
yeah. So
For me, I'm not saying I'm like, "Oh shit," because of my stories, but like, yeah.
yeah, because I mean, if I heard that, I'd just be like, "Oh, I guess it's something weird," and then I'd just turn it off. Yeah, it would kind of get me thinking, but I wouldn't think about it too much, unless it would happen constantly, you know. And if it started happening constantly, I would just be like, "Oh, that radio's messed up. I better turn it off, or like take the batteries out, or unplug it, or something." And then if it turns on, if it's unplugged, then we might have a conversation. But no, yeah, it's like for me, like ghost videos are fun and entertainment, and so are like ghost stories and stuff like that. Because I haven't experienced it personally, and I am way, way more afraid of the real world and people than I am of a ghost. Because real people can stab and shoot me, and a ghost can spook me.
Oh, like scary movies.
Yeah.
Where's your furniture, cuz? It just falls down.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like ghost videos are there just to entertain. And I'm glad they are, because there are people like us who like really scary stuff and aren't normal.
TV shows.
What about them?
Like, we grew up Ghost Hunters.
Okay.
And now there's Ghost Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Adventures has been here since 2009. While Ghost Hunters, well, I think they're retired. But they still do that plumbing thing. There's this one video on YouTube where this guy, he's trying to do his own YouTube TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny because he goes like, yeah, this house, mansion is fucking scary as fuck. I think it was a mansion or I don't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, holy shit. I feel like a coldness right here. And there's it's not one of his crew members. It's one of the guys who's taking him on the tour.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you once dumb motherfucker, dude. It's the AC above you. And the host of the show, he's like, damn it.
I mean, it's like stuff like that. Like some people just make shows for entertainment. Like, do you remember that like paranormal activity that happened to somebody on YouTube when they caught it on camera? It was like a YouTube couple like their bed was being moved and they were being dragged out of their bed and stuff like that. Like,
The movie?
No, it was a show. It was like people. It was like YouTubers. Do you remember that? Did you ever see that? It was some famous YouTubers. I forgot who though. It's like they were getting dragged out of their beds and their beds were being moved and stuff like that. And it was like a whole thing. I don't remember if it turned out to be real or fake, but it was interesting to see stuff like that.
I know a famous Viner turned YouTuber did that.
That's probably who it was. Because it was somebody that I didn't really know. It was just somebody that was like big.
Yeah, he was. I don't know where he lived in that apartment for like a year. Nothing, but out of the blue, he starts making these videos of him being dragged and stuff. And Keemstar, he's one of YouTube's biggest, like, what's he called? Drama person.
Yeah.
And it exposed him. It's like, if you see in the corner of the video, his lotion is like deformed. So you can easily see the string that's pulling him. So I'm like, of course he's gonna fake it. It's obvious he's a Viner. He wants to make good content, and he failed.
Yeah, and see, like that, like it could look real, but it could be faked. It could be. It just takes somebody with the experience of video editing and video effects to go in to see, oh, see, this is messed up. This is probably covering something up. Like, if it's on a cell phone video and it's really quick, I don't believe it could be faked unless it was really coordinated. But if it's like a 1080p, like good quality video that is uploaded by someone big or someone that's been doing this for a while, they probably know what they're doing and know how to fake it and make it look real.
You ever wonder if one of your schools would have turned out like paranormal and shit?
No, because again, I've never had an experience. I've always heard stories, but I've never experienced anything there at my schools. Like, I've heard like there was a basement where people were killed or ghosts or whatever, but I never experienced anything for myself, so I could never say.
I don't think no one found it, but have you heard of our school having a buried pool underneath?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. They had something underground. And wait, which one? The one we graduated from or the one we left? That doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it's the same thing. We left while graduating.
Well, you know what I mean. Junior high or high school?
High school.
Oh, no, I never heard of that one.
Yeah, we had a secret pool, but there's no entrance anywhere. There's many universities around the world, of course.
Yeah.
Too much so to the point where I can't catch up with the football for college. There's too much. There's too many schools. But I think there's one school. I don't know if it was in El Paso or in California, or somewhere in California. And this guy, there's a story of this university. I don't know where it's called. And someone committed suicide, I think in the 50s or 60s. And this one guy, they hear stuff, like the janitors hear stuff when they're cleaning after hours. And this one student, he goes into the bathroom and he hears stuff. And I don't know. It's a flip phone, because that's when they were popular. He had a flip phone, and I don't know what he was doing, but out of nowhere he hears something like a whistle. He looks up and he's like scared as shit. No pun intended.
Yeah.
And he takes a picture, and this, you could clearly see a face with two bright eyes, white eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you could easily fake that in the 2000s. Can you?
I mean, like I said, if you have the knowledge of how, you know, of doing it, you have the ability to do it. Like right now, if someone asked me to make a ghost video look as real as possible, as cheap as possible, I could, but I would have to plan it out and rehearse it and get it done. Make it sound real.
Later on, I might be doing like a conspiracy theory, right? But I don't know if I should announce it now since we're talking about ghosts, or should I mention it later?
Save it for the next episode. If you want to talk about conspiracies, let's just save it for the next episode.
Well, it's both a ghost and conspiracy.
No, just save it because we can bring it up next time. Because right now I feel like it's been going on for 40 minutes. We could wrap it up soon. Like we kind of rambled about a bunch of stuff we really didn't stay on the same topic.
Yeah, we stayed on ghosts.
Oh, so the topic was ghosts, not ghost videos. Okay.
Yeah, ghosts in general.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have been rambling, right?
Yeah.
About this stuff, yeah.
So if you want to end it right now, we could.
We covered real life events. There's this one video, and this is the final one. Okay, this is a 87 video, maybe the 90s, where video games were popular.
Yeah.
Well, they made movies, but it was the real one. But this one was like a push recorder.
Yeah.
Like we have now.
Yes.
And he's recording this hallway. It's a small hallway. And there's a ghost, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it just walks. It sits down. And it's like a mist or stuff. Mm-hmm. But you could easily see it walk away. Like it exits the room and then walks. But it had a buddy with him. So it looks like they had a conversation. Like Beetlejuice.
Like who?
And Beetlejuice. Have you seen that movie?
What movie?
Beetlejuice.
I got you to say it 3 times.
I knew it. God damn it.
You fell for it. Good luck having Beetlejuice in your house, bitch. Anyway, no, yeah, I've seen Beetlejuice. Yeah, like, I mean, okay, Beetlejuice is just a fucked up movie in general, okay? That movie's great, but holy shit.
Winona Ryder.
No, stop. But
alright, we finished it. Beetlejuice.
Oh.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the Within the Minds. I'm your host, Johnny. And we take a deep dive on topics. It's just my mind. Sometimes I have a guest with me. And it's just a deep dive on what we're going to do. Today, we're going to talk about ghosts.
I'm just sitting there waiting to be introduced. I'm waiting.
You felt the pause too, right?
I sat there waiting to be introduced, and I'm like, I guess I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just.
I was like.
You want to start over?
I was like, brain fart. I fucked that shit up.